Fact. The American Heart Association 2015 guidelines state that the optimal rate of CPR to maintain adequate perfusion to a person's vital organs is 100 to 120 beats per minute. The first time I heard that, my inner metronome, honed by years of marching band camp, started to count it out. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I dutifully memorized these numbers, not because I ever intended to perform CPR on anything other than that rubberized half-man mannequin that we always end up using. No, I memorized these numbers because I knew it would be on the multiple choice exam we had to take to get certified, and I did not want to fail my first test of medical school. Well, the joke's definitely on my former self, because I decided to go into the one profession where I'm virtually guaranteed to have to perform CPR on lots of people. And, as any good emergency medicine physician knows, there's a surefire way to guarantee a perfect tempo every time, regardless of the adrenaline rushing through your veins. And that is to sing a song. You can tell a lot about an EM doc by their go-to CPR song. Just like you can tell a lot about the other person on a first date by asking them what their spirit animal is. Mine is Leslie Note from Parks and Rec, for the record. But I digress. Yes, CPR songs. You have your cowboys, Sweet Home Alabama. Woo! Your nostalgic millennials, bop, 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 doo-wop. And your pragmatists, when they lay me down to die, going up to the spirit in the sky. I used to be an optimist, which is why I preferred the 1977 Bee Gees classic, Stayin' Alive, 103 beats per minute. Stayin' alive, stayin' alive. The medicine gods mercifully decided to spare me the trauma of witnessing a coding patient until the last week of my third year of medical school. The sad truth of the matter is that the patient and what caused her heart to stop beating were relatively unmemorable and unremarkable. I'm pretty sure the only reason why I do remember is that she was my first. The first person I saw die in front of me. Opinion unpopular. The modern miracle of medicine has made it so that we can keep people alive long after they are no longer truly living. And that, to me, is not a dignified death. So when you tell me that you want everything done for your 98-year-old grandmother who has dementia and is bedbound, I will break her ribs performing adequate chest compressions to keep the blood circulating through her shell of the body. But I will not like it. I don't mean to be crude or rude. I don't want you to think I'm heartless. I know that if it were my grandmother, I would give anything to bring her back too. But at what cost? We don't talk enough about death and dying in this country. Terminal illness, even in the elderly, is seen as a surprise instead of the inevitable conclusion we will all have to face one day. Fact. The night after that first cardiac arrest, I went home and appointed a healthcare proxy. It is not my mother. Good God, I hope she never finds that out. I appointed my best friend since the first day of medical school. A tough as nails, soon-to-be general surgeon, who I know would have no trouble pulling the plug, the metaphorical plug, if something bad happened to me and I had no chance of a meaningful life afterwards. When I asked her if she would be my proxy, she told me that she would have no trouble pulling the actual plug from the ventilator if they intubated me against my wishes. Now that is a true friend. Well, hopefully nothing as cataclysmic as complete cardiopulmonary failure will befall me in my late 20s. Writing this piece has made me think about the many traumas that we witness every day. Most people see, at most, a handful of people die, oftentimes peacefully in old age. No one should have to see this many people die, often violent and excruciating deaths, and then be expected to see the next patient with barely a moment to grieve the life that has just been lost. The more astute listeners out there may have heard that I said, "Staying Alive" used to be my go-to CPR song. Used to, as in past tense. The pessimistic rant that I just went on should make it no surprise that my more jaded self now prefers "Another One Bites the Dust." Logical afterthought. Who's keeping me alive? I'm working to keep everyone else alive.